But what are you saying about the top stories? Well, Jeffrey joins me to walk through your comments.
Absolutely, I must say congratulations to England, but I would like them to stop singing out "He's coming home" because since they started singing "He's coming home," it never went home.
Right, so maybe they should just
taper down a little bit, because I know that on Sunday we're not going to hear the last of it. So at the end of the day, congratulations to England. But one of the things I learned from that particular match when I saw the winning goal at the 90th minute, is a rule in football. Sometimes you don't need an entire chance, an opportunity to make an attempt. Just shoot it. Yeah. Just try your best. That's what he did. As soon as he got that turn, he just blasted, boom. And the goalkeeper had no chance. And then everywhere went literally crazy. So it was a big one, and congratulations to England. So let's see what they can do against Spain. So
whether I will come home.
Sunday is a big day for that final. So, okay. Maybe we'll get to that very first conversation that you've been talking about. So we talked about the drama between the Honorable Minister for Women Affairs, Uju, and then some members of the House of Reps that oversight that ministry over some issues about appropriation and, you know, money spent and all of that. So let's take a look at it, and then we'll tell you what you're talking about on X.
You have deviated because you did say, yes, there was release of money, and you take instruction from the principal. And there and then, I confronted permanent secretary. He said he was not in the known. And I'm still making my statement that you are running the ministry with your minister. Both of you will be I take exception. I take exception. Honorable member. Don't interrupt. I take exception. Don't interrupt. Honorable member. Please let her finish. I am not scared to anybody. I don't want it. She should withdraw her time. No, you cannot interrupt. You cannot. Off your mic. Honorable minister cannot be accused here. I cannot be accused and I keep quiet. The honorable minister doesn't want to calm down. She doesn't want us to go to the root of this matter. She's challenging the committee. She's, you know, being rude to even honorable members. And this is very insulting and highly unacceptable. We are going to have a report to the leadership of the House that the honorable minister is not allowing us to do our job. This sitting is hereby adjourned sine die. Thank you very much.
Sine die, indefinitely.
In case you're wondering what that means.
Definitely. So definitely, that's what it means at the end of the day. So, well, let's read what they are saying. So let's not just comment on it. Let's just read what they are saying before we jump on it. Demola says, there's no need for this drama. What the committee needed to do is to trace out where the money is and confront the minister. Things need to be done differently. You think any sensible person will accept to have diverted or misappropriated any fund? Question.
Interesting. This next post, well, I'm going to put a context to it, but it's by Dave NPO with a couple of digits. Says, I have never seen a thing like this where a government appointee challenges elected members and senators. But this is not the first time, all right? And we said that earlier on. We've had heated debates time and again, mostly from the men, I should say. So this is not the first time. This is not the second time. Maybe it may not even be the last time.
There was the incident in the NDDC between then Senator Akpab, he's still a senator by the way, then he was just a member of the, a minister of Niger Delta Affairs, between those members. And that's where we got the popular...
Off your mic.
Off your mic.
Which she used yesterday.
Which she used yesterday, because she was saying that, she was trying to say that no matter what is said to you, let the person land and then you can respond. But the Honorable Minister... so she was not happy that allegations were being leveled against her, so she wanted to speak immediately.
But it's said to be the policy of the House. I understand that you speak first.
You speak first.
And you then respond.
So no matter what is said to you, according to their rules, I guess, just hang on, and when you're done, when they are done, you can now respond. But let's also talk about the use of Festus Keyamo. That incident also occurred between that National Productivity Center, the jobs that were given to the entire local government area. In fact, it was so heated that the Honorable Minister had to leave, walk out, took a bow and left. So
I see a trend there, Jeffrey. Former minister, well, now still a minister of aviation, lawyer, the Minister of Women Affairs. I understand she's also a lawyer.
Okay.
So maybe it's lawmakers versus lawyer kind of thing, but what always hits me is, so I look at that, the exchanges we've had. So honorable minister and honorable members. That's what they usually call them. So time and again when I see those exchanges, I'm like, is this really honorable? But they always say you have fights like that, but never be condescending, never be rude. You can't speak like gentlemen and women. So it just hits me that way, really.
Okay, and there was distinguished senator. He says, all right, Stallion says, at the end of the day, we won't hear anything again. No one will be held accountable. Neither will anyone face the music for defaulting. They will resolve everything behind closed doors as usual.
Well, don't worry. Whatever the case is, we're going to unearth the threads for you so you know what is going on with that one. But let's switch gears now and talk about the fuel scarcity situation. We understand that it's gotten worse in Kaduna State. That's in northwest Nigeria. By the way, let us know what the situation is where you're at. Tell us your state, your area, and then send us a message. If you've got a video as well, maybe filling stations that are short, queues, or the price they're selling, send it in and we'll push it out there to the world. So we're starting off with Kaduna State. We understand the price has gone as high as 1,100 naira. That's literally black market rates right now. So this first user, Play by True, says Kaduna's fuel scarcity and high prices hint at a deeper energy sector issues. Refinery capacity, distribution, and subsidies may be the real culprits, this user says.
All right, the next user, Emmanuel, with loads of numbers, he said, we bought for 1,200 in Mararaba, Abuja yesterday.
So that's the situation in the nation's capital. Well, Kaduna is just next door to Abuja, so maybe that's why I had 100 naira for transport. But the point is, this does not make sense. This is not right. The NNPCL hasn't announced a price hike. Again, there's a lot of things that we can talk about that is not quite right in that sector. But
there's a lot.
Let's take the next. I just realized I'll mention like 5 and I'll still have not scratched the surface. This next user, speaking sarcasm, I should say, says, it's still very cheap compared to other countries. But how you tell that this is sarcasm is the emoji, the rolling of the eye emoji that ends that particular statement or the post on X, which you can't see here, but I can see it right.
All right, Vincent Twap says, okay, calm down. FG will remove 10 from Nigerian currency so that the fuel will be sold at 110 naira per liter. Another sarcasm.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism for Nigerians, really. Just find
Nigerians, the truth is that Nigerians are exhausted.
Right.
We're exhausted as a people. We're traumatized as a people. So sometimes you just ask yourself, what exactly do I do, just to... But our job, Kayode and I and everybody who is in this business, our job is to hold government to account. So on your behalf, we're going to call them out. Every day,
we won't be exhausted.
We will not be exhausted. Section 22 of the Constitution empowers us to do that. So whether they are comfortable with it or not, we have to do our job.
Absolutely.
So government has to do their job so that everybody will be happy.
And their days will come for you too as citizens. So. Absolutely. But the next one is on NSARS, particularly what played out at Lekki Tollgate, 2010-2020. That's a date that has been etched into the memories of a lot of people. So we understand that the ECOWAS court has now found the federal government of Nigeria guilty of rights violations and ordered that 2 million naira be paid to DG Switch and two others who took the case to court. So people have been responding almost 4 years and we get this judgment. Well, it's one thing to get the judgment, it's another thing for those responsible to pick up the judgment and either abide by it or not. Collins Opara has the first one saying the FG must be held accountable for violating the rights of the citizens. Justice must be served.
All right, it's Kenzie Wee says, it's not all about finding FG guilty. What are the consequences of their action on violation of human rights to protest? So they've been awarded 2 million naira for violating their rights. So FG will have to respond. So that's another wage bill on our, they call it judgment debt.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Morgu Godwin has this to say, and it's a different angle, really. It says NSAS protest started in Nigeria on October the 8th, 2020. this user is saying, it took ECOWAS 4 years to tell Nigerians, not up to 4 years, but yeah, 4 years to tell Nigerians that the FG is guilty of right violations. How many years will it take ECOWAS to reprimand Nigerian government? So for context, the case obviously was not taken to court on that date when the protest started.
Exactly.
It probably took weeks, or who knows, more than that, for the case to be filed before the court. But it points to the point you're trying to make. Sometimes the wheel of justice grinds really slowly, and you can't do much about that.
All right, this person says food prices to crash in 180 days, according to the Agri Minister. You know, when I see the Agri Minister, Abubakar Kyari, lots of pressers and releases. Honorable Minister, let's have a chat. That's all we'll make up. That's what Nigerians want to. Journalists want to talk to him.
Because we have farmers saying he's doing good.
Yes, some farmers are saying he's doing good behind the scenes, and there are times things he's doing. But as we have always said, results is the real evidence that you're working, not effort. So let's have a chat. Food inflation is at 40%. We need to know what exactly you and the Minister of State are doing to reverse this in support for the president. All right, Edward, okay, Idahosa says 180 days is equivalent to 6 months. That is half a year. So the citizens should stay hungry for the next 6 months, Abi. Why not look for an interim solution to address the food inflation while working on your future big plan for food security?
Jeje of Lagos says just 6 months. Again, sarcasm. Let's support the government. I hope you mean that. Baby steps of pain. Don't worry, the baby will soon grow, this user says.
Okay, Malaolu Gabriel says, predictions all the way, as long as the fuel prices refuse to drop. Traders will always use that as an excuse, but let's hope it comes to reality, as Honorable Minister has said.
A good way to look at this, Jeffrey, particularly when you want to link petrol price, price of food, is to tell people that there's always a smell of petrol in food. Yeah, it's actually part of it. So until you tackle that, you would still have high prices of petrol, because the smell of petrol is in food, transporting it and doing all sorts. That's why we have.
I think one of the biggest
prices.
game changers that the president and especially the governors can do to help crash food prices is take out these agberos on the road, police on the road, the mischievous elements of the police, take them out of the road, because the taxation man, what's his name again? Taiwo Yedele. When I had a chat with him, he said some people transporting food from the north to the south, just those checkpoints and all the levies they are paying to all sorts, amounts to almost half a million naira. So if you take that out, because they will transfer that cost to the consumer. So remove it, and maybe things will change. Kaide, you have the last one.
Yeah, this one is essentially saying the same thing. Farmers returning to their villages. Has security improved, especially on those farming communities, because you can't roll out palliatives and claim food prices will crash. We need to tackle most of these problems from the root cause. So there's also the security angle. So the minister has the work cut out. The states have their work cut out. Security agencies have their work cut out.
The governors.
Exactly. So we need to all put hands on deck, as they say. So that's the much we can take, at least for now, from your comments across social media, but keep them coming in. We're here for you, literally. So stay with us right here. We're back with the very first conversation of the day. And guess what? It's about the petrol that is smelling in not just the food, but in our business. What exactly is going on? That's where we're starting this morning. So stay with us right here. It's the Morning Brief.